I need to ask you, since all these years that you have been born again, do you know God? Do you know him? You know one of the things that will not allow you sin against God? You know him. Paul said, Benjamin is an insurance for your Christian life. Paul said, I know whom I have what? Believed. I know him. And I am what? Persuaded. So his persuasion, oh, Levataya, his driver is driven by the fact that he knows God. Do you know God? And I'm not saying, do you have information about God? Many people have information about God. Do you know him? This Jesus that all of us are saying, become like Jesus. Because it's very easy to say these things. But this Jesus you are trying to become like, Ovugire. You know him. Do you know him? Do you know him? When they wanted to replace Judas, they said the person that must take this position, he must have been one that has been with us since when? The beginning. He was there at the baptism. They wanted somebody that knew Jesus. They wanted somebody that had been part of his temptation, that had seen, that had walked with him, seen Jesus. There's a way it helps your Christian life when you know him. And you may not believe this thing I'm saying until you are in a life or death situation. Then you will know that those things you have been shouting in church, you don't believe it. Even now, some of you know deep down in your heart that you don't believe this thing. Because when you are under pressure now, it becomes obvious that the fear of God for you is just a song. It's not reality. Some of you are more afraid of man. We don't fear God. And you can't fear God if you don't know him. I've taught you before, what does it mean to fear God? Is to have a healthy understanding of who God is. That's what it means to fear God. To fear God is not to run away from God. When you see God, you are hiding. No, that's not fear. The fear of God that we're talking about is reverence, awesome reverence. And it comes from a healthy understanding of who God is. So you know him as love, that he loves you. But you still know that he hates sin. You know him as father, but you still know that if you disobey, he will chastise you. And when he's chastising you, it's not because he's wicked. His chastisement is out of love. So even if there's wound on your bum, you take mentholated spirit, and as you are rubbing it like this, I say, my daddy loves me. It's a wound of love. It's not hate. He says, I will wound you. It's in Jeremiah. It's Isaiah now. I will wound you, then I will heal you. The same God. It comes out of a healthy understanding of who he is. Dear disciple, do you know your master? Are you an apprentice? Have you sat with him? Like I was telling them on Wednesday, Mary sat at the foot of Jesus. Martha was busy serving. She was looking for how to make ukodo. Say, rain fair today. Jesus will like ukodo with yam and dry fish. Then she's sweating. Anybody looking through the window say, Martha is busy. Say, Martha, what did happen? Say, Baba J day, I won't make ukodo. Say, wow, Jesus day your house. You want to make pepper soup for Jesus? Say, yes, so not be small team. She's walking around. She's sweating. She's sweating. Busy. Meanwhile, Jesus is saying, what is this? And you know the thing about that story is that Jesus saw her and come back. He didn't disturb her. It's when she noticed that something is wrong, that she now came to Jesus and said, How can you just, he said, I've been waiting for you to come and complain. You know that's what people do? When they say, I've been serving Jesus for 10 years. I don't know why Jesus has not answered my prayer. I've been faithful for 15 years. What you are calling faithfulness, Jesus is calling a distraction. A distraction. You say, but Jesus will eat now. Jesus will eat now. He said, you are encumbered by many things. Many things. Many things. Mary sat down. You think Mary did not like Jesus? But she knew that this one, I'm an apprentice. I need to sit at his feet. You learn by observation. You learn by listening. You learn by doing. Jesus now had to tell Martha, say, this one Mary has chosen is the best, and nobody can take it away from her. Go and read when he came to raise Lazarus. It was when Mary came out of the house. Go and read it, John 11. When Mary came out of the house, the Bible says when Jesus saw her, he wept. He wept. It was when she came out of the house that Jesus entered into that gear to begin to raise Lazarus. When Mary came out. Go and read it. There is something about the knowledge of God that insulates your Christian life. It's a buffer. Do you know your master? I can't walk away from that question. Do you know him? That's why many people, when the father begins to chastise them, they run away. They don't know the father. They don't know the father. If God is telling you no, it's not because he's trying to deprive you of something. He's trying to protect you from the enemy. That's why he's saying no. Because it's not as if he cannot say yes. If he's telling you no, he has seen that if you get a yes, that yes can become an open door. Do you know your master? Next verse 3.